Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Jammed. I am your host, Jarvis Johnson. In a previous episode I had called The Gift and the Curse, I talk about social media and the platforms that we used. Today I brought in two great guests that have used the platform TikTok and have made a role as a content creator. So today I brought in Bailey Bingham and Chloe Denicki to come in and talk about their role as content creators using the platform TikTok. How are you guys doing?
Good.
I'm good.
And, thank you guys for coming on to the show. I'm happy to have you guys there. And I know a lot of people want to know about being content creators and using TikTok, which is a huge platform now, probably one of the most popular amongst young people. So can you guys tell us a little bit about yourself and how you first started creating content on TikTok?
I've always wanted to be like a little influencer since I was very young. And I got to high school and I was like, you know what, if I want to do it, I just need to do it now. And so when I started my TikTok, I blocked like everyone from our school because I was like, I don't want anyone to get in the way. And so then I made like a curling iron video of me curling my hair, and it like blew up, and that's where I like took off and like was like, okay, I want to do this seriously now and like keep posting.
I second that. I've always kind of wanted to be an influencer since I was little, but it kind of started with Musical.ly for me and just making little silly videos, and then it transitioned over to TikTok. And then at that point, I wasn't ever really like planning on going viral or anything, but I loved content creation and just making little fun videos for myself and my friends.
Why did you guys choose TikTok as opposed to like Instagram or simply just going on YouTube or anything, or, X used to be Twitter? What made you guys choose TikTok out of all of the platforms?
Again, just kind of started with Musical.ly whenever it was trending, and then it transitioned into TikTok. And then I also feel like Instagram and Pinterest, those platforms weren't really being used for what I wanted to create on TikTok, like silly little videos. They were more, Pinterest was more aesthetic. Instagram was more just posting like yourself and photos. And I liked creating videos. So whenever it transitioned from Musical.ly, that's what I felt drawn to.
I actually really wanted to start on YouTube first because I was like, I loved watching YouTube. My favorite people were like Brooklyn and Bailey. They live in Texas, and I like loved watching them, and I was like, I want to do that and stuff. But then I saw like how hard it was to like build a platform, and also I didn't have the equipment to like actually make videos. So then I saw TikTok, and I saw that it was like kind of like the easiest platform for like me to like see if I actually wanted to grow. And it was always like my dream when I was little to get famous, and I thought this would be like the perfect platform to try.
Do you guys use any other platforms, or is it just mostly just TikTok to create content? Is it?
Mine is mostly just TikTok. I want to start transitioning over to YouTube too because I got a vlog camera and I want to start vlogging my life, especially my senior year because that's like the most memorable. And now with like the whole TikTok ban thing, that like really scared me. So I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't be putting my eggs in all in one basket. So I want to kind of like branch out and go other places.
I agree. I want to branch out and go other places because of the TikTok ban. And also, it was already kind of something that was going through my head before the ban even started, just because, again, you don't want to have all of your eggs in one basket. And I wanted to transition over to Instagram just because I can make the same kind of content on there now because, Instagram Reels has started to be a thing, and people are really active on that. And so that's something that I would be interested in doing.
It's crazy, like Instagram Reels and even, I guess Facebook Reels. I don't use any of those, very much, but they're all still, they seem to be copying what TikTok made, and it's very similar. So
Yes.
I know that you guys, you both have huge videos, and, the term is going viral. Walk us through the moment when you first went viral. What did it feel like when you saw that your content was blowing up, like the video? You're like, oh my God, this video is really blowing up. Walk us through that moment.
Okay, yeah. So the first video that blew up for me was, it first started on my spam account, was my main account now, but it was my spam before. And I just posted like a little video of me whenever I got my hair done. And I thought it was so famous. It had, I think, around 700 likes. And I was just like, yes. And after that, I just continued to post. And then that's whenever I had my first like big one, and I had around like 90,000 likes, I think. But I remember all the girls got really jealous at my school, and so they created like a private story and were like saying to, all go and report my video and that, that it was blowing up and stuff. And honestly, it made me sad at first, but then I realized, all of these people wanted something that I had. And so it kind of boosted my self-esteem. And then from that point, I just continued to create videos.
Mine was my freshman year. I got I don't know if you've heard of these people, but they're called the Not Enough Nelsons, and they live in Utah, and they had like the Utah curls, and I loved them. And so I bought a curling iron, and I was like, okay, guys, let me try out Utah curls and stuff. Ended up getting like 100,000 like views in like a week, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like, I can't believe I'm doing this. And then I just like kept posting about the curling iron, and I was like, okay, I need to keep doing this and like be consistent with it. I mean, I didn't really get much hate because I had everyone blocked, so no one really saw it besides like a few people that had like random accounts that I had no idea about. But it like felt really surreal, and I was like, my dreams are finally coming true, and I need to like actually stick with this. So
yeah. I remember being a little overly obsessed, honestly, with like how many likes I was getting and stuff. And I would literally, because I used to play volleyball at Integrity, but I was at volleyball practice. And I was just sitting there like every single water break we had, I was going and I was like checking my stats on the TikTok, which I'll get into later as to why that's, not maybe the best thing. But I just remember with my first viral video, that is a key point that is, I don't know, part of my story.
That's so real. I would constantly check to see.
Same. Just watch the numbers go up, see what people are saying. Yeah.
And it's funny you guys say that because, believe it or not, Coach Johnson does the same thing with his podcast. I check the numbers constantly. I have to remind myself. But we'll get into that a little bit down the way. So how has your life or routine changed once you realized that you had went viral? Like did things even change for you once you realized, oh man, I got a viral video here?
Nothing really changed in my life. I mean, I do like get ready with me. So in the morning, like I film like a video and I'm like, hey guys, get ready with me. And then sometimes I vlog my life, like after school, nighttime routine, morning routine, or like even a day in a life at school. Cause a lot of people are very interested in that. And I don't know why. I'm not that exciting, but nothing really changed. And now whenever I get ready in the morning and I don't film a get ready with me, I'm like, oh my God, this is so weird. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, it didn't change that much actually.
I feel like I agree. The only thing that really changed for me was making time for some videos, but it wasn't a time suck out of my day. But that's the only thing that really changed because I wasn't creating content like that before. That video that I had previously made just sat in my account for like a week before I even made something else. And then I realized that I was going viral, and I felt kind of, like I had to continue to post.
Now, since both of you guys have had a viral video, do you feel any pressure to go viral since it's already happened once? Like when you post a video, do you like, man, I hope this video goes viral? Do you feel the pressure to live up to the biggest video that you've ever made?
Yes. So as I was just saying, I just kind of felt pressured to continue to post and watch the views and see how people were interacting with my videos and, maybe what I could do differently or follow certain trends to go viral. So, yes.
I agree. I want to keep going viral and stuff because the feeling's amazing, and seeing your dreams actually slowly start to happen, even though it does take a while. Consistency is key. I feel like it only really gets to me when I hear other people at school that are oh my gosh, you fell off, all this stuff. Oh, you can't get those likes anymore. It was one hit wonder, and it's no, but it's just I really want to keep doing it and see what I can make out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at the positive side of your TikTok success. Well, what have been some of the most rewarding aspects of building a presence on TikTok? What's been rewarding in building that?
I think the most rewarding part is working with all the brands I have worked with. I never thought some of these big time brands would ever reach out to me and be hey, can I send you stuff? Oh, can I work with you? And all this stuff. It's amazing. And even the community I built, everyone in the comment section hyping you up and stuff. And it's those are all your little best friends because I share everything about my life. So I feel we're all best friends there. So I really like it.
I agree with that. I've worked with brands too that I never thought I would work with, and just being able to collaborate with them is super fun. And most of my videos are just lip syncing videos. So I am more active in my comments, honestly, and what I want to be doing, but just having a positive impact on people and not, promoting stuff that I wouldn't agree with, or sometimes like TikTok is used for bad and like self-image, and there's just a lot of things that like young girls can how do I say this?
Things that they shouldn't be involved in, possibly.
Yeah, or just like things that
thirst
would
traps. Just go ahead and call it a thirst trap.
That would lower their self-esteem. But I think I've just, shown how to be confident in your own skin.
Yeah. So you guys mentioned some of the connections that you've made that have grown your channel. Like, what are some of the connections that you guys have made?
Yes. So I've connected with, again, people that I never thought I would connect with, people with like millions of followers. But unfortunately, I haven't really done any collabs just because I'm young and I'm not sure if my mom would let me travel or not.
Smart.
But honestly, like if I had that opportunity, I might be able to. And now there's so many more in Texas that I've seen, in Southlake, Grapevine, whatever. And I think that would be a really cool opportunity and something that I want to do in the future. But yes, there's been a lot of people that I've met that are popular that I never thought I would, have the ability to talk to.
I've really only met and collaborated with brands because I'm not as big as she is, and so I haven't been able to. So I'm like, she's like my first like content creator friend right now because you're the only person I know about it. And like, I don't know if you've heard recently about like the Glow House and stuff.
Oh my gosh, yes, that's
I want to try
talking
out.
About.
I want to because they had that Presley girl. She lives in like Southlake and stuff.
Yes,
she's
that's
in it.
Literally who I was talking about.
Because she goes to Byron Nelson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she goes to Byron Nelson, and I'm like, I want to be a part of that and like actually travel because they have the whole like LA party that they're hosting for a bunch of people, and you can like try out to go
and like ping pong puff.
And I'm like, okay, wait, I kind of want to try out for this because it would be so cool to experience this opportunity. And it's people our age in high school.
Yeah.
So you would be able to relate to them. It's not like 18-year-olds because most brand trips are 18 and plus.
Yeah. People younger than us as well. There's like freshmen who are.
Because Presley's like a freshman.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was not even going to lie. I was stalking her earlier, trying to see like where
no,
she was
it's
from.
okay. I stalk her. It's okay. I did the other day.
So Presley, is that the name? Presley? Well, if you're listening to this, Presley, you got a couple stalkers here. We'll make sure she gets it.
In the best way possible.
So we can get you guys connected. So, as like I said earlier, you guys are two great young women. So how has TikTok impacted your confidence and public presence as young women creating online content? Because I think Bailey kind of touched on it. A lot of the times when young women create content, is not the things that they probably should be creating to get attention. So how has that built your confidence and your public presence as young women when you're creating online content?
For me, it's like boosted my confidence. I'm very more confident in the person I am. Like I don't get scared of like public speaking or anything like that or talking to anybody. But I know like you, since you do like the lip syncing videos and it's like your beauty and stuff, like I don't do that. So I feel like it would like be more hard for that and stuff, like hear everyone's criticisms. So I haven't gotten much criticism like hers, and I feel so bad because it's just not true or anything like that. And so for me, it's like boosted my confidence and stuff. And I like try to like spread that with everyone, like make sure their confidence is also high because so many people struggle with like confidence issues, and that's just like so sad. And I want to be able to like help them out with it because this has changed my life completely with it.
Yeah,
it can be hard whenever it's based off of your self-image, and I just feel like yes, in aspects, it's grown my confidence, and this is still the positive part, not the negative impacts yet. But it's also taken away some confidence just because, when my videos don't do as well, or whenever I'm focused on how many likes I'm getting, or I get a hate comment, it's hard not to take that, personally. And more I deal with myself image and opinion rather than others. We're going to get into, the opinions of others and what I think about that. But I really just struggle more with like my own self-image whenever, I get hate or something like that. But yeah, it's definitely based off of, my outward beauty. And that's something that I want to do in the future about my inward and, my beliefs and
Yeah, so let's go ahead and transition into it. What are some of the biggest challenges that you guys have had or negative? And we've already touched on some, but, let's dive into it now. What are some of the biggest negatives or challenges that you face with being a TikTok creator?
Yeah, so I would just say, my account not doing as well because TikTok's algorithm is really weird, and it's something that I used to follow really, like, strongly and, like, look at what times to post at. try to figure out, what the best content is. But recently it's just been more about, what I want to do, when I want to do it. And it doesn't seem to do as well whenever, I'm sitting there, like doing a certain like gesture with the camera, or like in the beginning, like I would say that my videos were not what I want to be posting now, like very thirst trap-ish, not like promiscuous, but just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's something that I grew away from, and that's what my account was like built off of. And so sometimes I feel like it only does better whenever, if I were to post something like that, but that's not who I am at my core. And honestly, that's what I've been struggling with recently as a Christian, just having that influence. And, 180,000 people is a lot of people. And to think that I could spread the word with that many people and, save like lost souls is much more rewarding in the eternal prospect of things rather than the current, fleshly desires we have. And so that's been a struggle for me recently.
I would say my biggest struggle with TikTok is comparison. I'm constantly comparing myself. Like, guilty as charged, I compared myself to her and, like, her following and stuff. I don't know. I think, even that Presley girl, I was like, she's so successful. And I always am just, like, sitting there. I'm like, why not me? Like, what can I do to make myself, like, get to that point of, like, followers and stuff? And, like, why is my content not doing well and stuff? And it, like, only really hurts when, like, other people talk about it, too. Because I've gotten, like, some people are like, oh, like, just give up, or, like, it's not, like, your videos suck now and stuff, and, like, I'm getting more likes than you, and it just, like, hurts when other people are also noticing it, because it's, like, my big dream to, like, create a big platform and stuff. So I always struggle with, like, just comparing myself to other people. So
I think something important to remember that, like, I have to remind myself, because comparison always comes, especially if that's what you're consuming, but it's a thief of joy. And the longer you continue to compare yourself, because no matter what point you're at in your life, you are always going to have somebody above you or below you in a sense. And so you're always going to find yourself comparing yourself to somebody. And I do it too. And, people may compare themselves to me, like you were saying, and then there's still people with more followers that I'm like, why can't I do that? Literally last night, I was searching that girl and trying to figure out, I was like, what the heck? Like, how is she getting all these, brand deals and promotions? Because mine's just, sometimes, it's not all the time. Whenever I had a manager, I was honestly more active, but it was somebody who reached out to me, and it was more stuff like Temu, Shein. And so I was like, yeah, even though I was making around like 100 a video, I didn't see it being worth it in the end. And I feel like there's also a lot of scammers out there, like, low-key, like, he was probably making money off of me more than I was making, and so I just felt like there wasn't an honest partnership there, and so that's something I let go. But full circle, I just think it's important to remember that you're always going to have somebody to compare yourself to, so you should just be okay being yourself and realizing that, there's people comparing themselves to you as well, and you just have to speak life into other people.
Yeah, whenever I start comparing myself and then I look at, like, other people around me and I'm like, I should be so grateful that I have this platform, that I've actually been able to experience it and work with all these brands, because this was my dream. Like, freshman year, Chloe would be screaming at what I'm doing right now. Like, this is insane. So, yeah, comparison is definitely a thief of joy.
And, sometimes, comparison can be good. It can motivate you to do better, so that's good. So now we've talked about the negatives. How do you guys handle that, the negativity? Do you just block it out, or what are positive ways that you handle the negativity to keep on moving and keep going and keep creating content?
Yeah, so I just try to remember that, God's opinion is the only validation I should be seeking. And sometimes it's my own opinion that really gets to me, not, so much hate comments, because I'm like, okay, that's not true. Like, you're just jealous. But it's myself being like, why am I not, getting more likes? Why am I, what am I doing wrong? And so I think I just need to have the same perspective whenever it comes to, other people. Jesus's opinion is the only one that matters. That should be my own view of my own opinion as well, because my opinion doesn't matter as well. And I think whenever I get out of my own head, that's whenever I'll be the most successful. And that's, the case for most people who are trying to create content. Like, they just need to get out of their own head and stop always looking for something else or what they're doing wrong instead of focusing on that, focus on what is instead of what isn't.
Oh, you're preaching over here today. You're motivating me. Like, okay.
Well, that's good. That's what we're in here for.
Yes.
That's good.
I mean, I have dealt with a lot of negativity in my comments with some posts that I've made. And I don't really think too much of it because me and my siblings sometimes whenever I get hate comments, we like go on FaceTime together and like scroll through the comments and like sit there and laugh about it and stuff. So I feel like hate doesn't really have it. Like actually hate motivates me to work harder than them and like prove them wrong, which may not be a good thing, but I feel like it helps me a lot. But I don't really try to think and dwell on it because I'm like, they don't know the true me. This is just one video. Like I feel like they can't base an actual true opinion on me until they actually like meet me and who I am. So
Yeah.
because social media is like a second glimpse of your life. There's so much things that happen behind the camera that no one knows about. So yeah,
I agree with that. And really, like, how hateful do you have to be to leave a rude comment on somebody's post? Like, I just think about how much they don't like themselves.
Yeah.
Honestly, because you wouldn't take the time out of your day to leave a hateful comment on somebody's post unless you're so jealous of them and you don't have self-esteem. So,
I agree.
yeah.
I've never done that. Like that's so much extra
Yeah,
work
for
just
real.
to like
That's
go
just
in the comment
mean,
section.
Yeah.
It does
Like-
take a lot of work to hate on somebody else and a lot of energy.
Yeah.
That's not good. And I know we've talked. Let me ask you guys. This: how often do you guys create? Like, are you like when I record a podcast? I might record like 4 of them in a row and then release them. Is it the same for creating video content, or like do you release it? I mean, do you record it and then release it like the next day? Like, how's that work?
I'm pretty like active with like my day to day, like especially with my get ready with me's. I film them in the morning and then I post them in the afternoon. But there are some times when I do like my day in a life vlogs or like just vlogging my life. I like post it like the next day or sometimes, or like whenever I'm like super busy on a weekend and I have no time to film, I like pre-film some stuff and then upload it later. So, but I would say most of my stuff is like the day to day, like it's like filmed and posted that day. Besides a few things.
I feel like vlogs too, you have to take time to edit and stuff, and it takes much longer. For me, yeah, there's a lot of days where, I mean, not recently, but in the past where I'm just down and I have a hard time, you know, getting ready, getting out of bed, whatever. And so sometimes, you know, whenever I'm doing a lip syncing video, I can just take like a million drafts at once and then start posting them later throughout the day or, you know, on a weekly basis. And that's something that I've done. But I also want to get into vlogging and stuff because I think that would be really cool.
Can we please start it together? Like,
That would be so fun.
Oh, yes.
Making things happen in here. I like it. Networking at its finest in here.
Yes.
In the studio. I like
Yes.
it.
Collab.
So do you guys like how is there a set time frame to release these videos? Like, do I release 2 in a day, 1 in a day, 1 a week? Because, like, in the podcast where I'm doing one, I release my episodes the same time every Monday. Make sure you tune in every Monday. Every Monday morning, I release the podcast. Is it the same with videos or?
Yeah, I think that's a smart method, honestly, because then people, you know, are looking for your video on Monday and that's something different, you know, about you. And it's like every Monday. But honestly, no, just recently with what I've been doing, like I said, I just kind of posted what I wanted to post when I wanted to post it. But yeah, I think that's something that I would benefit from doing in the future. But at the moment right now, no, that's not something
You're just
I
releasing
do.
them whenever
Yeah, I
you
just
get
kind
ready.
of release them around, you know, the afternoon or sometimes in the morning. Like the other day I posted one at like 8 a.m. in the morning just because I wanted to.
You know, and sometimes I do that with podcasts. Like I might record one and then I might just go ahead and release it. But I do have the weekly episodes every Monday. What about you, Chloe?
I try to post like 2 to 3 times a day and stuff. But like I really only post them like after school because I try to do it when people are most active. But then again, I need to think that like people live all around the world. I have so many friends in like Europe that are like 8 to 7 hours ahead of me that are already like asleep. So I need to like start posting at different times to see what works best. But I usually just do it after school because that's when I have the most time because I'm like laying down after school, like resting and stuff. So yeah.
Is there a way to track the data and see who's looking at the videos? Like,
Yes.
What do you guys use for that? Because like I use Podbean, shout out Podbean, but I use Podbean to release my podcast. So what do TikTok users use?
There's like analytics. It's in your settings at
Oh,
TikTok,
okay.
so you can see like also when it's like the best time to post, like when your followers are the most active during the day, or like what like basically just like it tells you what time and stuff when people are most active, or like how many likes your like intake, like what is it, percentage, or like your follower percentage, if it's going up or down. Or like even because I do TikTok Shop, it even tells you like when your monetization's like going up or down, or like the best time, or like what content to post is like best for your followers. So yeah, they collect a lot of data that you don't know about. So
Yeah, that's interesting. I like it. Okay, so let's talk revenue. Can you guys share a range of how much revenue is being generated? I mean, I know, here's the thing. This is why I asked this, because you see somebody like, let's use Bailey, for instance. She's got all these followers, so people are probably thinking she's making millions of dollars or something crazy like that, because she is, she has a lot of followers. So can you guys, share how much revenue you've generated from TikTok, and how has monetization been for you guys? Is it a big factor in your content creation?
I do like TikTok Shop, so I've made more money in TikTok Shop than I have like actually TikTok's paid me and stuff, because it's all about the views. Like there's so many like specific things, and plus like RPM, your RPM can change so much of like, it could be like 12 cents or like $1 and stuff. But are we going to be saying numbers? Because I have like a range.
Yeah, just give a range.
Yeah,
'cause
I
we don't want
gave
anybody.
a guesstimate.
Listen, we don't want
Yeah.
anybody following you to your cars thinking you're rich. So you can give a range, and you can go low or you can exaggerate, whatever you guys want to do. And we don't have to. I just thought I'd ask.
PSA, none of this money is still in my bank account.
Oh, yeah.
I spent all of it, so there's nothing to rob here.
Oh yeah, some of the purchases I have made are some big purchases. Okay, do you want me to say my range first?
Yeah.
I would say I've made around $30,000.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But that is not in my bank account
No.
now, so please do not rob me,
No.
because I don't have that much.
Chloe no longer has the 30, and this is over time. This wasn't one check. This is over
Yes.
time. Yeah, let's make that clear.
Yeah. Well, I would just want to say I started probably, I think, summer around last year doing like promos and stuff, because I started my account started in 8th grade whenever I started getting followers and stuff, and then 8th, 9th, 10th, I probably, or halfway through 10th, I was just posting, whatever I wanted at the right times, and I was gaining followers that way. But then I just started doing promotions, and I said I've probably made around like $6,000, just because I used to make 100 around per video, but then my manager would take like 3 weeks to get back to me to actually send it, because whenever you make a promotion, you have to send it to them and then get approved. But I would have to send it to him, then they would send it to him and to get approved. Then they'd say whenever I can post it, and then it would get back to me, and then he would take like a week to pay me. So it was just a process that, I didn't really like, and I felt probably wasn't honest,
Yeah,
honestly.
so he
but
probably made more than that.
yeah, no, he definitely made more than that, because it was just somebody who reached out to me. But I feel like the agency, I don't know, there wasn't really a lot of contracts signed or anything like that. It was just kind of a spur of the moment. So, if somebody reaches out to you and just wants to be your manager, maybe don't do that, because I think you could be making more just doing it on your own, or finding a reputable manager and doing some research. But it's all been generated from content partnerships, like apps or selling products and sponsorships. But I didn't really take it seriously until last year.
So would you guys say that there's a misconception like that you make more money than you actually do on TikTok?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because when people see people, they probably think you
Well,
make.
I haven't asked many. Well, okay, I was just curious. Coach Johnson made it sound like, oh my God, I bet she's made $100,000. I was just curious how much you've made.
Yeah,
I wasn't like guesstimating or anything, but not
yeah.
that many people ask me. Like whenever people ask me, I kind of tell them like a way lower number and stuff, and I'm like,
So really and truly, Chloe today said 30,000, so that means it's really like 60,000. She probably,
I was actually honest with that, but
joking.
I didn't even start making money till last August and stuff. I remember when I got my first check from Conair. It was $100, and I was like, felt like I was on top of the world. I was like, this is so much money. I can't wait to do this. But it's like, I feel like a lot of people don't know the actual like money, because the RPM is so different for everybody. And also you see these big time influencers that are making like $10,000 a month.
Yeah.
And it's like insane. And like promotions, people make $100,000 per video. Like Alex Earl, I bet she makes a lot of money.
And in all the Super Bowl commercials.
Oh yeah,
but
like Katie Fang.
yeah,
She doesn't make money
insane.
from TikTok. She just makes it from the promotions.
Insane. The TikTok Shop program, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, is just so cool. Honestly, the amount of money you can make and the amount of people who have started hustling on it and have just found like ways to have viral videos and what am I trying to say? Like,
well, I get what you're saying because most of my viral videos are from my TikTok Shop. I started, I thought, like, posted it, and I was like, look at my Stanley. That was my most hated video also. It was me filming a Stanley. And so, yeah, I get what you mean. Like,
so, like, I guess you can choose to be part of the TikTok Shop and do that.
Oh,
right?
yes.
Yeah. So you choose. Yes. So if you do that, then obviously you make more money. Well, that's awesome. So let me ask you this before we move on. So if I'm a new creator, a content creator, let's say I'm young or I'm Coach Johnson's age, and I want to start creating content, like what would be the first step to start creating some revenue to make some money? Like what would be a tip for a young content creator that's listening to this?
Be consistent. Like find a niche you like. I say find a niche, but I really don't have one.
I don't either.
And I really am trying so hard to find one, but I like need to find one that's like actually going to do me well. So I don't really know, but I would just say be consistent. Like you cannot, like you got to post like at least one video a day and stuff. I mean, that's what I did. So I don't know how it is for you, but also you can't make money from TikTok unless you have 10,000 followers. So I would just say consistency is the biggest thing for me.
Yeah. I would just say, if you have to have 10,000, I forgot about that. You just try to grow your
way past the 10,000 followers.
Stop.
Way past.
No. On my spam account, that's the one I stay on. It's got like 9,000, so I couldn't make money at the moment. But I think just trying to build your following, maybe telling your friends about it and stuff, trying to make a viral video. But to make money, I would say TikTok Shop is the best hustle, to be honest. Yeah, people make insane amounts of money on there, seriously. And what I was trying to say earlier, like a method, like, a hook at the beginning of your video to make people, want to watch your video. And literally the amounts people make is insane, like anywhere from 70,000 to like 120,000. Like I've seen people start on TikTok Shop and just grow so much farther from there, and maybe they'll start on TikTok Shop, but that's not even what they end up doing. They end up doing something completely different, but they just start there, and it's really rewarding, really cool program.
So how has TikTok affected your personal life with your friendships, your schoolwork? Do you feel it's changed the way you view social media or success?
I feel like it hasn't affected me that much in my personal life. I mean, I haven't had a fan walk up to me. I've had people actually DM me and they're like, I saw you out in public. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like what if someone actually walks up to me one day? Like, I don't know what to do, but I'm not there yet. But it really hasn't. I mean, I guess some people are like, oh, can I be in one of your videos and can you make me famous? Or what I get a lot is a lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to report your account, like all this stuff. And they're like, they're going to make a random video of like lying about something. And I'm like, why would you do that? Like, this is my happiness. And like, I wouldn't try to affect anything that you loved doing. So, a lot of people, like, try to cancel me for literally no reason, and I've done nothing. But they're just, maybe they're jealousy.
Jealous, yes. Cancel culture is so stupid.
Because half the time it's not accurate or true.
Yeah, no, or just taking somebody's mistake from years ago and just capitalizing on that, just trying to not, like, understand that people make mistakes and people grow from it. But I would say the biggest thing it's changed for me is maybe like friendships, because a lot of people want to be friends with me because I have a following, and they're not saying that, but it becomes obvious to me later, asking to be in a video. I've only ever had one person or two people tell me that they've seen me, like they've came up to me and told me they've seen me on TikTok, but my
heart would drop.
No, same. It definitely did sink to my butt. But the other times people have said it is just, in conversation. Once I actually start talking to them, they're like, oh, I've seen you on TikTok before. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I remember the first time I was in your class, the first time I came to school, Carter shouted out that, I was TikTok famous. That was really embarrassing.
So you were TikTok famous when you were in my class?
Yeah,
didn't
remember?
even know it.
Yeah, it was sophomore year,
Yeah.
and I came to the wrong period. Actually, I came to your psychology class, and I was
Yeah.
in your history.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he was like, "She's TikTok famous."
It's
I was
always
like,
other people that
"Ooh."
mention your TikTok. It's never you. Like, I don't say
Yeah.
anything
Yeah,
until
no.
someone talks about it, and then like once they say anything, they like get the whole community on it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I get
Yeah.
so nervous, and they're like, oh my god, let me go stalk you, and I'm like, oh, what do
Yeah,
I do?
same. I don't really like talking about it either. Another thing it's changed for me is it's definitely changed the way I view social media influencers, because I definitely had an issue of idolizing, people with more followers and stuff. And then I look at my following and I'm just thinking I'm just like any other, girl. And so I look at all these people with millions of followers too, and they're just people as well. And they're not something I think you should idolize or, see as higher than you. Again, with comparison, I think, we're all human and we're all on the same level, no matter how many followers you have,
We're just average people.
It literally.
Like, we're going to high school right now. We're like
Exactly.
everybody else in this building.
Exactly.
just have
There's no difference. Yeah.
We just have a side hobby.
But you guys are TikTok famous. So.
Well,
I never classify myself as famous.
I
'cause
haven't
don't
either.
feel like it either. But,
sorry.
like when people are like, oh, you're TikTok famous, and I'm like, no, I'm maybe an influencer, but like, I don't know. I feel like selfish if I say, oh, I'm famous.
Right.
'Cause
Yeah.
I'm not like Kim Kardashian.
Yeah. I always say I don't classify myself as famous because, there's a lot of people that blow up on TikTok for really stupid things, and you can get followers like in crazy random ways. And so I just think TikTok fame isn't, fame until, people are out there, saying your name and stuff, which I guess happens in a sense sometimes. But yeah, I don't really see myself as famous. I try to stay humble. Yeah, I don't really talk about my TikTok a lot.
Maybe if there was a paparazzi, then I would feel like, oh, I made it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If I got pictures taken of myself, I would be like, I made it.
You never know. Somebody could be sneaking behind taking pictures, You never know. The
Maybe.
cameras nowadays.
Maybe.
The
Yeah.
paparazzi of old is not the same. It's not going to be a huge camera. It's just going to be a little cell phone, and they're going to take it. And anyway.
True, that's like with
Yeah.
Twitter. They like post every celebrity going anywhere. Like they're going grocery
Yeah,
shopping.
for
They're like, they're
real.
going grocery shopping.
Yeah,
Look at this.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah, I would
Exactly.
hate to have no privacy, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could get there one day with you being TikTok famous. No, I'm just joking. All right, so I know you guys mentioned this earlier, so let's talk, has your experience on TikTok, has it shaped any of your future goals? I know you guys mentioned YouTube, but what are some of your future goals and career aspirations from TikTok?
I feel like I really want to make something out of this. Like, it would be a dream to have this as my main job, like when I get older. But obviously, I've had the talk with my mom. I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna get that college degree, because with that TikTok ban, this can all be over within a literal second. So I definitely want to like get my degree, and also I feel like me and my sister's in college and stuff. And she's like, I can't wait for you to go to college and get all that college content, because I know a lot of college girls blow up in college because like you get that college content of like, oh, going out, and like that's how Alex Earl started and all this stuff. So it would definitely be a big dream to make my be an influencer outside of college, and like that be my main job. But I'll definitely still be getting that college degree just in case if I had to go get a normal job.
Yeah. I think it's made me want to be an influencer, but probably another aspect, just because I'm, religious, have a relationship with God. I've just, thought about, being a disciple of Christ, and, the fact that there's that many people that follow me online, that, it's usually, it was unfortunately for my face, but I feel like, evangelizing souls, like with that, like people want to listen to somebody who they find virtually attractive, whether you want to believe it or not. And so I think I could just be an influencer in that way, and just always continue to show the positive, speak truth and light. And that's what it's made me want to do. At one point, I felt the same way, where I just wanted to do that for the rest of my life. But, based on how my TikTok is going now, and, how people are like connecting with like my account, I don't know if I would do that in the future, but.
Yeah, you're very like big on that. I mean, I'm Catholic and stuff, and I go to church every Sunday. I do all the Catholic things, but I feel like I don't really ever share it, because so many people are so nitpicky about everybody's like religious or like even political status now. It's like really horrendous, but I feel like I should maybe like go like you and like actually start sharing it to like maybe have a deeper connection, because that's happened to a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. I meant like the amount of views I'm getting right now. I meant I could do that outside of TikTok. That's what I was trying to say before. But yes, I think you should definitely do that for sure.
So you guys are saying that it is important to stay authentic in the platform.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
once you get exposed, it's like, wow, my whole life's a lie. Because there's so many things that are like, I'm trying to think of like things that I'm like, oh, I thought was true back then when I was little, and now I'm like, oh my God, that was all a lie, and I believe that. But then also like, I feel like it makes people want to actually like follow you, because they're like, oh, you're real, like you're talking about your real life. You're like, because we're just average people and we're just sharing our lives. So yeah.
So what are some tips that you guys have on how to remain true to yourself, produce the content, and to, still get noticed?
I would just say just start. Like, don't say like, oh, I'll start next week, I'll start tomorrow. Just post today. If you're hearing this right now and you want to start, post right now. Just go make any video. It doesn't matter what it has to be. Just do something of your interest, and do not care about what other people think about you. I know it can be really scary and stuff, but like, I'm telling you, it'll be worth it if you actually get something out of it and stuff. And also, I would say be consistent. So
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Don't care about what other people put or think about what you're posting, just because if you care about other people's opinions, it's going to affect your content and what you're making, based on other people's perceptions of you. And that's never going to be something that's rewarding. So I agree. Just don't care about what other people think and post whatever you feel that you want to post. But I agree with the niche. It's important to have a niche. But the problem with me is that I like to dabble in everything. Like, I don't really have a certain style. Like, I love the shabby chic, like what I'm wearing today. It's a little emo, but I mean, I like it. Like, I don't know. I just like dabbling in different styles. So I don't really have a niche, but that's maybe something that I'll, get in the future. But
real, because I don't have one either.
Yeah. I love like all music. So yeah.
Well, newsflash for you. They tell me the same thing in podcasting. They have a niche, and I guess that makes three of us, because I don't really have one either. So I'm all over the place, and maybe one day I'll figure it out. But until then, I'm just going to keep having a good time, recording the content, so on and so forth, and making it happen. So don't you guys worry about that. It'll come to you. So let me ask you this. We've mentioned you guys have went, and I think we may be on to something here, but what are some plans you guys have for the future in your TikTok journey? Or do you have any exciting projects or goals? Or I think I might have set something up here where you two guys can do something together, but we'll see about that. But what are some of your goals that you guys may have in the future?
Yes, so definitely that's something I would want to do in the future with Chloe. But currently I'm working on modeling at the moment, and I just kind of started wanting to do that from my TikTok. Honestly, that's one of the points I would have included earlier about, like, I blew up because of how I look, but I want to be able to influence, everyone in a different way with what I'm doing. So be Christ-centered while I'm doing what I'm doing. And I think modeling will be really fun, and I'm currently trying to get signed with an agency at the moment. And then also, right now I'm working on a prom collab with Windsor. So
that is so cool.
Yeah, I'm super excited. So I'm about to make all the videos, but another point, I plan to change my niche either on my main account or start a new account to spread the gospel, just because, the people follow me for my looks, but honestly, I rather do it on there if I lose followers or not, because that's what matters to me more than, what is a lip syncing video going to do for, people in 30 years? Yeah. Absolutely nothing. Like, that's not something to be remembered by. That's not something to, not a goal to have on this earth. So that's what I want to do. That's my future goals and aspirations.
Mine would be like just working with more brands, and like I think a big dream of mine is going on a brand trip, and obviously
yes.
I need to like build my platform more, because us tiny creators can't do a lot of these big things and stuff. And I would say just like building my platform more, and like, I mean, the modeling thing is so cool. Like, I mean, that would be amazing. I mean, I feel like being an actor would be fun. Like, that's what like kind of gets me, because I feel like I want to show my personality, but I also want to become more people's like comfort creator. I love vlogs. I love watching people's lifestyle videos. And now that I have a camera, I feel like I really want to actually start vlogging my life and just sharing it with people and stuff. And so like get into more of like YouTube and like vlogging my life and stuff. So
yeah. That's really cool.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna
Yes.
make this happen.
Yes,
we're
we
gonna
need
make
to.
this happen.
I think you guys are.
We
gonna
need
make
to
it
reach
happen.
out to like a brand and be like, we come as a package.
Package
We need
deal,
to go
yeah.
on.
Go.
We need to
Exactly.
go on a brand trip. But you'd be surprised about the small content creator, you not being able to do quote unquote big things, because a lot of brands are actually looking for smaller content creators to be more authentic instead of, taking these big creators and taking them on these brand trips. Because like you were saying, a lot of people are nitpicky and, they see a big creator and they're like, why are they don't deserve that. Like it needs
Yeah.
to be a smaller creator. And so people do that. But you also need to realize people are going to be more nitpicky the bigger influence you have and the more people you're speaking to. So the more you continue to grow, the more people are probably not going to like you, for what you're doing, try to cancel you, try to do whatever because they're jealous. But
Yeah, it's like the Glow House. Like, I want to be able to also collaborate with more people. She would probably be the first one because we can actually build something off of this like whole podcast thing.
yeah,
And so I feel like it would be cool, like the Glow House, like that would be so cool to actually go experience it. And
Yeah.
now that I'm talking about it, I'm like, maybe I should like try to shoot for that because it's like people our age and they're like, we don't care how many followers you have, if you have no videos or anything, like we just want real authentic people out there. And that's what I really love about it. So
yeah, we could create our own house.
we could.
Honestly,
Maybe we should
we
start.
could try to find some people.
Catch some
I actually tried to DM that girl, but she has her thing to where she can't receive
Which one, Presley or Gianna? The one that
Presley.
Presley?
Yeah, but she has it set where like I don't know, she can't receive them. But
Maybe you should
let me
email her.
Yeah, honestly. The Glow House is a
You should know about it.
It's a house where they're trying to promote like positivity and they're just trying to take authentic girls and take away like the stereotypes around, what young women think at this moment in their life, and they're just trying to be positive influences on them. So
are they actually in a house or? Is that
well,
just the
I think
name of
since
it, or-
They're all
I don't
under
know.
18. They all
Yeah,
live around the world.
exactly.
Well, around the United States, but they all meet up. Like, I think the next meetup is like maybe in like June or something. Because they had one
Yeah.
like 2 weeks ago in LA. They have a house sponsored. And so they all met up and they just filmed a bunch of content, had a house party and stuff, like with a bunch of
Yeah.
different content creators. And I feel like that would be so cool to like experience that. And if
Yeah.
if we were able to go, it'd make me feel 10 times better because I actually knew somebody. And now I'm like,
Yes.
wait, I should actually like push and try to do this. Like, you're motivating me to be a better person right now.
Oh,
Well, that's good. Yeah.
I love that. That's the goal.
Yeah. That is the goal.
She's
right?
influencing me right
Yeah,
now.
That's good. That's good. That's why we're in here.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you guys coming in, sitting here doing that. I think we got a lot out of it. And when we walk out of the room, I think we've made some connections together. We can make some things happen. As we wrap it up, I want you guys to do this for me. I want you guys to put TikTok in a sentence. So TikTok has made me, just one sentence for all the people out there. What has TikTok done for you? What is it for you? Whatever. Let's take some time. TikTok I'll just give you an example. It has changed my life, or it is the greatest platform, or whatever you want to say. Just put TikTok in the sentence. Put you guys on the spot. The name of the show is Jam. So most of the time when I get my guest in here somewhere,
We jammed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're jammed right now.
Exactly. One sentence with TikTok in it.
TikTok is inspiring when you absorb the right content.
I would say TikTok can open a lot of doors that you don't think you could open.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That I tried my best on the spot.
No, that's good. That's good. I
That
agree.
was excellent work.
Lots of opportunities.
Yeah, lots of opportunities. And hell, you guys got me inspired to go start me a TikTok.
Yes,
Do
you
it.
should.
Do
Maybe
it.
I'll go viral.
Yes, you should definitely.
Like I said, I'll be the one though looking at those numbers, and I'll be like, man, these numbers aren't going up fast enough. But
That's all of us.
You know,
I'm telling you,
so-
it's
Yeah.
all of us.
like
And
I said, I do the same thing with the podcast. So I think it's just human nature. So,
Yeah.
again, I appreciate you guys coming out. Anything else for the TikTok creators?
if you want to start, do it now.
Do it
Yep.
now.
Do it
now.
right now.
Drop your video right
Right now.
now. Right
Yes.
now.
And if
So-
you want any supporters, come to me and Bailey. We'll hype
Oh
you
yeah,
up.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Come to
the
Coach
realest
Johnson,
ones
too.
out here.
Yeah, I'll hook you up. So there you have it. If you want to be a TikTok creator, start right now. If not, you could be Jam. Thanks for listening.